So I just pulled over to share with you a Monday message because I've been hearing lately so many people talking about communication issues. And how about you? Is there somebody in your life that you seem to just go round and round and butt heads with when you're wanting to have a conversation, but it just never goes anywhere and you just keep having the same fight or struggle or frustration over and over and over again? Well, if that's the case for you, maybe it's in your relationship, maybe it's with a child, maybe it's with a sibling or coworker. But if it's driving you crazy and that's the case with you, then I have a plan, a formula that will really help you to improve communication and to evolve your relationships, no matter who it's with. And you're going to feel better as well. You're going to feel so much better. So first of all, the reason that this came to me was when I've been having, as I said, conversations with different people, different friends and clients telling me about communication issues. And then I remembered being out to dinner with my mentor and her husband and asking them what it was that created the chemistry for them, the magic, the really solid relationship, and what they thought was the number one thing that was important in marriage. And I'll never forget what her husband said to me. He said, Sherry, the number one, without hesitation, he didn't even blink. He didn't hesitate. He said, the number one thing that's so important in any relationship is communication. Without communication, your relationship is doomed, no matter who it's with. And I just really, truly believe that is absolutely accurate. First of all, they have a very good relationship. And everybody I know that has really great relationships says the same thing. So I want to share with you a formula that was created by Dr. Gay Hendricks. It's called the Sweaty 10-Minute Conversation. And it is designed to help you evolve conflict. Who wants to have a hard conversation? Nobody. It's challenging. It's tough, and you run away from it. You try to avoid it. You try to stuff it down, or then you have so much of it that you then explode, and it just never goes anywhere. So what I'm going to share with you is going to help you to really improve your relationships and to have the actual steps. It's always great to have a formula that can guide you so that you know exactly what to do. So get a pen and paper and write these down. First thing you want to do is whoever you're going to have this conversation with, to really let them know that the purpose of you wanting to have the conversation is to evolve your relationship with them, that you love them, you care about them, and you want to move past this round and round, round 2, round 3, round 4, and you want to evolve your relationship. That's the first thing you want to let them know. And then, because a lot of times people think, oh gosh, here we go again, wants to sit down and have a conversation with me. Really make them understand that you care about them, and that's why you want to have this conversation. Then you want to present these 6 steps. You want to, first of all, be very factual and let them know, here is what happened. And you don't want to point any fingers. A lot of you, if not all of you, know that it's never good to say, you did this or you blah, blah. You want to say, here's what happened, and just stick with the facts. So, for example, if you were supposed to meet, you were supposed to meet for dinner, and you showed up and he was late, and not just 5 or 10 minutes, but excessively late. And he said he was going to be there at a certain time and he didn't call, or if you're a man, and this is, the opposite could be true too, and she didn't call or let you know, you would just state the facts. We were meeting for dinner. This was the time we agreed upon. I showed up at this time, you showed up at this time. And it made me feel, and then you want to share how it made you feel. Not you made me feel, but this made me feel. How did it make you feel? You want to check in with yourself. Did it make me feel that I wasn't important? Did it make you feel that you weren't appreciated or valued? How did it make you feel? And again, you want to put ownership on that. This made me feel. You never want to say you made me feel, because we're responsible for our feelings. We're responsible for how we feel. And so you want to share that. And then the second step is Oh, I'm sorry. That is the second step. The first step is, here's what happened. The second step is, here's how it made me feel. The third step is, what I would love to have had happen instead is. And then you share that with them. So maybe it would be, if you knew you were going to be late, that you would text me or that you would call me and let me know. Whatever that is for you, you know what you would have preferred instead. And you're just sharing it also in a non-judgmental, unemotional way. That's very, very important, because communication isn't just about what we say. What we say is very minimal. It's about our tone and our body language. I think that's about 70% of communication is your tone and your body language. So you want to make sure that you're even keel and you're in a place where you're able to say something so that the other person can receive it as well. So here's what happened is number one. Here's how it made me feel. Number three, what I would have loved to have happened instead. And number four, then you say, once you explain to them what you would have loved to have happened instead, then you say, are you okay with that? And then if that person is, then there can be an agreement about it. Then it might go into step 5, which is, if they're not okay with it, then you give them an opportunity to share their side of it. And this is where you really want to listen, and I mean active listening, because most people, they don't really listen. They politely don't say anything, but then in their mind they're stacking evidence and they can't wait for their turn so they can just, boom, say what they want to say. Active listening is where you're really letting go of your own agenda. You're listening with an open mind and an open heart so that you can understand their point of view. And then, it might open up something for you. Maybe once they explain it, it'll allow you to see where they're coming from, and you'll have a different perspective on it, and you'll be able to evolve the situation from that. The sixth step, if it gets to this, is if there is no agreement whatsoever between the two of you, that you start from the beginning again and you go through it again to come to an agreement. Now, it doesn't mean that you're not going to be let down. It doesn't mean that the other person will, really be in a place that they're mature enough to be on the same page with you and to work this out. But you will have a clean heart about how you presented it, rather than flying off the handle or saying something you didn't mean. You'll have a very clean heart about it. Now, there is another part to this, but I'm going to save that for my next Facebook Live. So put this into practice. Let me know what you think of it. Comment below or like it or share it. Again, the 6 steps are: you let the person know what the facts are. Then second, you tell them how it made you feel. Third, what you would have loved to have happened instead. Fourth, ask them if they're okay with it. If they're not, then you allow number 5, you allow them to share their side of it. And if you still aren't in a space to agree, then you start, number 6 is you start all over again. All right, everybody, I hope that helps. We want to give great thanks to Dr. Gay Hendricks. Lots of love to you all. So, so grateful for you being in this community with me. Bye now.